more than a certain amount of distance, but if you carry food and you stop at distance and you eat it, then when you eat it, they can walk one next distance like that. They put all kind of things. But the law is very simple. I mean, love God and Him law. You see, sometimes when you're in the court, the judicial system, and you read the law, you look on the law, when you start to see the shall and the dare off and where off and the amount of comma and punctuation, by the time you reach the end, you need somebody to interpret it. But where God law is concerned, you don't need nobody to interpret it. Fair and simple. There is no if, ands, or but. It's just simple. Thou shalt not. And it's done. Yes, Pastor.
Yeah, to add to what you're saying, Elder Green, it was also hypocritical because the scribes and the Pharisees, they love wealth. And the Lord said, and they part of their income was through animal rearing. So if your animal fall in the dish, you're not going to leave it. You're going to take it out, even on the Sabbath, because you don't want anything to happen to your idols. But if people want to be healed, it's a big deal with you, So when the Lord came, as you said, is really to set free the burden, because the Sabbath is a delight.
It is a delight. And that's what Isaiah the prophet said. It's called the Sabbath a delight. It should not be a burden on the people, but it should be a delight. Now, what else? Psalms 19. How does the psalmist look at the law of God? Psalms 19 verse 7 on this side. On this side, I want you to find Hebrews 7 verse 19. So we're flipping those. One is Psalms and one is Hebrew. Psalms 19 verse 7. And the other one is Hebrews 7 verse 19. Psalm 19 verse 7. Who is reading that for me? Quickly, brethren. Boy, can we get somebody else to move it on the mic so we can move a little faster?
The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure.
The law of the Lord is what? Perfect. The other aspect, what's called the testimony again? The same law. The testimony of the Lord is what? Sure. Making one simple. So, is it perfect? Does it make anything perfect? Let's go. Hebrews 7 verse 19.
For the law made nothing perfect, but the bringing in of a better hope did, by the which we draw nigh unto God.
Pointing to the perfect sacrifice, who was Jesus Christ. Now, what does it, God? Life and grace. What is grace? Unmerited favor from what? From sin. So what is sin? Oh, you know that. Verse 4. Let's go. 1 John 3 and verse 4. I see your hand, my brother. I see the hand, but just hold the hand a minute. Hold the hand a minute. Let's get in a few texts. And then we take in all the questions. 1 John 3 and verse 4.
Also the law, for sin is the transgression of
the ordinance side is reading what you should read on the side. But it's all right, because we want to do it fast. Anybody find it, just read it. So we can go faster, eh? Yes, sir. Let's go. Go again. Whosoever committed sin, do what? Transgresseth the law. Because what is sin? Sin, according to the Bible, is a transgression of the law. Christ is pardon, give us grace, which is a pardon for sin, which is a transgression of the law.
I'm speculating on this. Talking about the commandment, the 10 Commandments. We see, even if we go back to the Bible, God himself command Gideon. The 10 Commandments said, thou shalt not kill. But the Almighty God told Gideon to kill, wipe out us, kill down to the baby on the breast. If we go back again, we see one of God's servant, Joshua, him command the sun to stand still, which is nature, for wipe out the enemy. Speculate on that.
Well, what we need to understand is that when God gave a command, it should be obeyed. And even though he said that without a cause, he's saying, thou shalt not kill. I shouldn't go kill my brother. But if there is something happening, and sometimes, my brother, listen to this. Sometimes, God not, and there is a reason for that. When you, as a child of God, give yourself to God, and the enemy start to terrorize you, there are times when God is going to stand up, and He the best character. The prophet team, obedience is part.
And are convicted by the law and trust.
Verse 9. Therefore have I made you contemptible and base before all people, according as ye have not kept my way, and you have been partial. So for us Adventists, we talk about keeping the Sabbath. But if we keep the Sabbath from now till God come, and we thief, if you keep the Sabbath from now till God come, and you tell lie, if you keep the Sabbath from now till God come, and you're going to commit adultery and fornication, if you keep the Sabbath from now till God come, and you covet your neighbor, or you have something where you worship and put before God's law, our sin is a transgression of the law. So it don't really matter which one. And if you commit sin and don't confess that sin, you are going to have a problem to make it into the kingdom. Yes, my brother. The questions are coming.
Dispensation changed time. What will happen to the people, all the people who don't keep the Sabbath today in our generation? Talk to me.
Dispensation changed time. But let's go to, does it change the law? Does it change the law? Romans chapter 7. We're picking up some text now. We were doing a shadow of things to come. We were doing that, and my brother is asking about dispensation changes time. Wow, brother. These questions are very vital one, May I ask you, we give you a little time because we need to look at this thing, eh? Let's go. We're going to look at some text, eh? Let's jump over to Romans chapter 7. Romans chapter 7. We're going to look at verse 12. Verse 12.
Wherefore, the law is holy, and the commandment holy, just and good.
Verse 14. Jump down to verse 14.
For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin.
The law is spiritual, and I am carnal, sold under sin. So Paul is saying that the law of God is holy. It is just. This is New Testament. Holy, just, good. Carnal, we are carnal, soul under sin. Very quickly. Let's go. Romans chapter 7 verse 14 said, it is spiritual. Romans chapter 3 verse 31. Romans 3 verse 31. How is the law established? How is the law established? How is the law established? Should we make void the law? Since we are in a new dispensation, should we make void the law? What does Paul says?
We establish the law.
God says, Paul says, God forbid. We do what?
The law.
Who said that?
God.
Paul said that. God forbid. We establish the what? Establish the law. What does Christ says? Matthew 5 and verse 17. My brother, you just touch a point that's very important. Matthew 5 and verse 17. Matthew 5 verse 17. Let's go there. We are breaking a little bit from what we're doing. We're creating the distinction. But my brother asked some question that we need to answer. Matthew 5 and verse 17. Can we read it?
Do you not think that I came to destroy the law or the prophets? I did not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
To fulfill. So here Jesus says, don't think for a moment that you are now in the dispensation of grace, that I have come to destroy. No, I've not come to destroy, but I've come to fulfill. More than that, I've not come to destroy, I wanted to fulfill, but I've come to do what? to magnify the law. Isaiah 42 verse 21. Let's get there quickly. Isaiah 42, 21. Isaiah 42, 21. Not only come to destroy, to fulfill, but I have come to do what? Isaiah, yeah, we're saying Isaiah 42, 21. Isaiah 42, 21.
The Lord is well pleased for his righteousness' sake. He will magnify the law and make it honorable.
So what the Lord will do, what Jesus will do, is that he doesn't matter, but if you look at somebody and said,